Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I got me some rocks to cut today. These are Gila Bend mountain range, just outside of Phoenix, Arizona. I'm going to set these down. We're going to walk through them and see what it is we're cutting. Alright, first up, this looks like it's going to be a moss agate. A blueberry moss agate. Alright, this one's got a window showing some banding. Unfortunately, this window wraps pretty much all the way around three sides of the stone. So I could try to cut from here to here. That's not a big cut though. I really don't want to do that. I like that window the best. So what I'm thinking is find a spot over here where we're not cutting through much. So I can try to do it here, but it's really close to that edge. And it opens up into a pretty big window. Or right here where these two come together, if I try to hit that point, I know it'll not be exact, but it'll hit somewhere in there, preferably from here to here. Then I go back that way. I'm kind of paralleling that. So why don't we try that? We'll see if we can make that work. Okay, next up, got this big one here. This one is peeled almost completely. The only part of the husk that's left is this piece right here. So I can kind of see a window here showing some banding. Just right here on that lip. I see a little bit of quartz showing back here. So I want to stay out of that, which is okay. The biggest part of the stone appears to be here. So if I cut like that, I'm cutting towards that. What are my other options here? Don't know. But the idea is I'm going to cut somewhere over here in this big thick section. I'm going to stay out of that, and hopefully I can stay out of, I think this right here is a window. So from like here to here. So maybe back behind that, like through here. Yeah, let's try something like that, if I can remember. Who knows, I might forget between here and the saw. All right, I got a little one here. It's got a window showing banding, and a window showing banding. It's weathered. It does have a little bit of a surface fracturing. Don't know how deep these go. So what I'm hoping is, if I cut it right down the middle, as best I can, I got two kind of even sized pieces. Maybe it'll have a cool pattern. Be full, no fractures, we'll see. Okay, no windows on this one. Nice looking smaller nodule. So I can either cut it that way, I can cut it that way, or my favorite cut is go through that thick part, hope for a good banded agate with a tight pattern. So I'll probably do that. Okay. This one's kind of a mystery. It's like a double bump agate, almost a triple. but it looks like this is a different material than the rest of this. Definitely looks different. So I'm just going to cut it, and hopefully there's something in it. I kind of doubt it, but you never know. That's why I cut them though. Okay, another one that's kind of got a thicker section. It's peeling a little bit right up here on top. And I originally thought this was a window, but I think it was just the husk where it peeled. So it peeled all the way around here. But I still think my best bet is to cut it this way. Okay. Ooh, all right. No real window showing on this. As you can tell, it looks like this little bubble that this agate formed in. At some point, the host rock broke and it shifted. So half the bubble went up, half of it went down. Now the question is, did this agate form before or after that shift? In other words, is this a big fracture? Or is that just the natural outside edge where it formed? I know I'd like it to be that, but I don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be a fracture and then it rehealed. But I don't know if I could cut parallel to it on either side. So I'm going to risk it, I think, and I'm just going to cut it that way. I'm going to push it through that way. So all the way right down the middle. Hope for the best. All right, what do we got here? Whoop, another one with a window. It's fractured up, but it's showing some banding. And another window. This one might have some quartz mixed in with it, I can't tell. It's got a bit of husk in between those two windows, so I'm going to cut somewhere through here. So we're going to cut in between these two windows like that. All right, last up. So most people probably wouldn't have even picked this rock up. It's covered in cleachy, but I saw a little bit of this, so I cleaned it up and I got an agate here. It's a possible banding. Don't know how big it is or how much of this is cleachy on the top, but I either go that way or that way. Probably going to go this way because I don't know if there's a window right here. I don't think there's a window right there, but I do see signs that there could be a window right here. So we'll cut it that way. Okay, let me get them on the saw, get them cut, and I'll be right back with the results. Okay, here we go, back from the saw. I start with this one. I said it looked like two different kind of materials, and I was correct. So you had a little bit of, right there where that normal looking husk was, agate and quartz, and that cotton candy looking stuff and the rest of that. All right, oh well, you never know, that's why we cut them. Okay, here's that one that I said I thought there might be something in this one. I could see what looked like maybe some banding. And I was wrong. No banding in this. This is all right, it's a definite saginite. It's got a lot of pitting. I don't know what these crystals are made of, these black crystals in the blue agate. But it's cool looking wet, just not so cool looking dry. Let's look at the other side. See how those pits are right there. Alright, well, it was definitely interesting. Alright, next up, this is the one I said was going to be a moss. And it was a moss for the most part. Cut really quick, so it had a lot of host rock in it. So it's going to be pitted in the dark spots. But the blue-gray stuff is pretty cool looking. A little bit of quartz coming out on that. Cool. All right. A little bit of the banding, mostly quartz, kind of a floater, a little bit of fracture. All right, let's see if this guy's any better. It looks similar on the outside. And it's about like the other one. Banding on the outside, a little bit of a floater, and then that fracture. All right, well, I like this one better than the last one, but still, All right. So this one, again, I was trying to cut a little more even, but the fractures in this just popped off as it was cutting. So let's see what we ended up with. Let's start with this broken side. So the fractures killed this one. There's another fracture coming out right in the middle here. You can tell where it's chipping away. Would have been a really pretty stone. But on this side, the fracture's almost gone. Although it looks like it runs down pretty deep. You can see a couple of fractures ended up here and over here. Otherwise, really pretty. Especially this side. Okay. Oh, hopefully they get better. Window. Tried cutting right through the middle of that, and it got really close to this edge. Yeah. Not doing good with that. All right, well, lots of fractures. They are healed, so it is cool looking. The agate's got some purple in it. It's got some quartz showing. I don't know, that looked cool polished. This side, I don't know if I'll be able to polish this one without losing part of the pattern there. All right. Okay, so here's the one that I said. The bubble fractured at some point. Question is, did it fracture before or after it set? As you can tell, this one is hollow. So let's see if it had a fracture in it. All right, so the answer is the fracture occurred in the bubble, or in the host rock with the bubble, before it actually formed a stone. This geode on the inside, it's got a really cool quartz pattern on this side. You got some dirt in there, so maybe there was a bit of a crack. Right there. I can soak this in muriatic acid and clean that out probably, which I will, because this is really cool looking. It's got some inclusions down on the bottom that cause those tubes. cool. Let's look at this side. Got more of those inclusions with the tubes. And then really interesting druzy quartz pocket. Again, a little bit of crud in there. We clean that out. All right, that's a good geode. I could probably polish that at some point after I clean it. Okay. 2 left. All right. So I actually got that one cut right where I wanted it to. That was the one I said was going to be tricky. Let's see how it came out. Ooh, all right, let's start with this side. I love the color. I don't know if that's blue or purple or what, but it's really cool looking on the right here. A little bit of a fracture down on that end, unfortunately, and a chip, and some crud in the little pocket there. So right here you can see there's a little geode, and that's the other end of it. So if I soak this in muriatic acid, that'll clear out the dirt part, hopefully. Let's see what this side looks like. All right, again, it chipped, a little bit of a fracture, but the pattern's really cool and the color's awesome. Yeah, I'll polish this one. That's nice. This side, maybe. Yeah, why not? Once I clean that out, that'll be pretty cool. It's gonna have a chip on that end, but if I dome it, I can hide most of it. Okay, last up. So this is the one that peeled. And while cutting it, some of these fractures go into the stone and part of the face popped out. But otherwise, boom. Gorgeous banding. That is such a shame that that broke out. It has a fracture in it. But it's still worthy of polishing, I think. That is so nice. Very weathered. Let's look at this side. Not as bad. A little bit of a pop out here. But I cleaned most of that up, polishing it. Very cool. All right, well, that is the last stone in this set. So I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.